Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I want to share with you guys what worked and what didn't work for preschool to early kindergarten. So if you're new here, I have an 8-year-old daughter, 4-year-old daughter, 1-year-old son. So my 4-year-old daughter started preschool about 3 and a half, and that's just because she showed an interest in it. Both my oldest two really started early, showing an interest in wanting to learn. So we started at 3 and a half because she has a full birthday, and she's currently 4 and a half. So she started with preschool work. By the end of this academic school year, she was doing kindergarten work. So I will start with what we do for preschool. And what I use for that is Confessions of a Homeschooler, Letter of the Week curriculum. Turn you guys around real quick and show you how I store it and how I organize it. I'll give you a laser. So obviously it starts with A, and I printed all this and had it cut up and ready to go when my 8-year-old was doing preschool. So let's take out B here. So I have B. So for that week, all I have to do is take that chunk out. And it does come with suggested schedule. And obviously you can see I've made some adjustments, things I've added, and some of these notes are from when my 8-year-old did preschool, and some of them are from when my 4-year-old did preschool, or I guess she was 3 when she did it. And again, I'll use this for my son, so I'll have lots of notes of going through what I did, so it gives you a suggested different activities to do every day. And again, it just has basic letters. Obviously, you do a number every week. You do a shape every week. And then I have a lot of things in laminating, protecting sheets, obviously, so it can be reused, so just writing practice. Again, I think this is a wonderful option. Again, I purchased it 5 years ago, and I'm still using it now. It covers a bunch of different sensory experiences, and it's just a lot of fun. And to go with that is the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. It's part of this. You read it, obviously, at certain times during the week. So we read this, we go through that, and to extend to that, I also bought the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom letter tree. So every time we did a letter of the week, so when we finished A, we'd put A on there. When we finished, these come off. When we finished B, they're just Velcro. We would put B on the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom tree. So she had a lot of fun with that. It was a nice sensory experience. And then she got to visually see how much she learned. So that was part of that as well. And to supplement that, I also use this. I think this is a wonderful resource. I know you can get it on some streaming services too. I used to be on Roku, all of them, the Leapfrog. So, check out your streaming services, see if they have this. But Letter Factory is an awesome, just beginning phonics, teaching letter sounds, things like that. It's about a little boy named Tad who goes to a letter factory, and every door has a letter in it, and he learns the sound of that letter. What I really like about that is it gives kids the opportunity to connect that letter sound with something. So when they think of A, they think back to, oh, what did the A say in the video? And it really helped cement letter sounds for both my 8-year-old and my 4-year-old, or 3-year-old when she was learning this. So I think this is a wonderful resource. They make a whole line of these. So on top of that, my 3-year-old would just do a learning binder, and I turned over the cover because it has her name on it. And you've seen this in my other videos as well. It just includes, again, this is from Confessions of a Homeschooler, just a little calendar that they can trace and fill out. And for the older ones, she does have printouts of the number, so you can have the number down there too if you want them to trace it. We didn't really do that. So we just did this, and we did a hundreds number chart that we worked on, and she's 4 and a half and now can do 1 to 100, and just the basic, shapes, different things like that. So she'd have her letter of the week and her learning binder. And then we just pulled in a lot of games and manipulatives and things like that. So for letter tiles, we have sandpaper letter tiles. Obviously, they've been a little colored on. Still work. We have them for numbers as well. So just a little tactile experience for learning. So if we were learning the letter B, I'd bring out the letter B tile and we'd play with it and have it up for the week. And same with that number, whatever number we were learning, we'd bring that out. And that's really the bulk of what she did for preschool. And when she finished her letter of the week curriculum, I felt like she wasn't quite ready for All About Reading, because that's usually what I use for teaching my kids to read. She wasn't quite there. She was probably an early 4 at that time, and she just wasn't ready. So what I did to kind of bridge that gap was explode the code. I'll put a picture up here because obviously we use the books, they're consumables. We did A, B, and C, or I think it's get set for the code, A, B, and C. And it's just furthermore practicing that phonics. I have a couple of videos up of doing preschool where you can see flip throughs and how she did it. But it really just helps cement some of those phonics and just letter sounds, getting used to letter sounds. So by the time she hit All About Reading level 1, she was ready. She was ready to practice blending and all that. She knew her letter sounds very well. But that was all we really did for preschool. So once she finished that and explode the code, we moved on. For reading, after, like I said, this is what we used for reading. And this is what I used for my 8-year-old when she was learning to read. And I think it's a wonderful program. It's very hands-on. It's got letter tiles, different sensory things. It lays out in the lesson how to teach everything. So it's very user-friendly. It's very open and go. And again, since I use this with my 8-year-old, everything is already cut out and prepared, much like I showed you the accordion folder for the letter of the week. I have one for All About Reading, so everything's in there. I just pull out what I need. There's no prep work for me since I already did it once. And I really like the readers for this. Again, they sell a color version of the readers in the book now. It's the exact same thing. It just, mine's in black and white, which I like. This program, it's worked wonderful for my 8-year-old when she learned how to read. And again, it's working well for my 4.5-year-old now. She just started probably about a month ago, and it's going really well. Her fluency is really good. And again, we don't do a lesson every day. I think lesson 4 was like 4 days long for us, so we go very slow at her pace, which makes it easier, and it's a lot less frustrating for parent and child. So, love that program. That's always a win for us. And then, just a regular, we did handwriting without tears, and that worked really well. I think it's a great introductory handwriting. We did all of them. We did the pre-writing, and then we did introduction to kindergarten, and then she finished that up. And this is just a workbook that someone gave her because she really likes Star Wars. So the handwriting without tears was a win. It was awesome. I like the visuals they use, the little clues they give them to make letters, and again, her handwriting is good. So I'm pleased with that program. Another thing we did was for math, for preschool math, we did mathematical reasoning, and it was a lot of fun. It was kind of just different, more like logic for preschool. And I have, again, in some of those videos, you can see her working through the book. She really liked it. It's not this is the number 1, this is the number 2. It's a very just practicing some math skills, some word problems, different mind benders, things like that. She had a lot of fun with it. And when we finished that, we moved on to something else, which I'll get to because it's in the didn't work pile. But other than that, we just played a lot of games, and I've showed those previously in my preschool, how I teach preschool. And now let's move on to what didn't work for preschool. And maybe because this is my second time around teaching preschool, there's a lot less that didn't work. But there was one main category that just did not work for us, and that is the good and beautiful. Again, I only bought this because it was 90% off, so it was like $10 for the whole curriculum thing. And it came with the manipulative box. Now, I like the idea. I do. I like the idea behind the good and beautiful. I love this manipulative box. I think it's great that they have different cards and things for the kids to use. And I know they've redesigned the math, so take my reviews as you will, but the things I did not like about this, and I tried this with my 8-year-old when she was 4 as well. It's not a curriculum that works well for our family for a couple reasons. I think that with this particular program, it just tries to cover too much. I don't think it goes deep enough in any area to really get it. I think it's a great review. If you're like I sometimes use with my 2nd grader, because we have the math too for the Good and Beautiful from that sale too. We'll use it as a review, but I think it covers too wide of an area and not deep into those sections for them to really learn and grasp the concept well. Also, I think it's just a lot of busy work. And I know they've changed that, so I mean, that might be different now, but it's just a lot of busy work. Like things that she didn't need to do. And honestly, things we didn't often do because it was just like something for them to do. And again, it's beautiful. I love that it's hands-on and it works for some families, but the math just did not work for us. We ended up putting it down because she was just bored with it. And I know some people respond really well to different stories and stuff, but no, she's actually really quick with math and she just wants the math and to do the problem. She doesn't want all the, hoopla leading up to it. She just wants to do it. And again, I had this from when my 8-year-old was 4. Again, just it doesn't work. This is not, at least for our family, I know a lot of people love this program. It doesn't go deep enough into anything to really help. It tries to span too wide of an area. It covers a lot, yes, but how much they're retaining, I'm not sure. So again, it's just, I don't like the way they introduce things, especially since I came from All About Reading with my 8-year-old. I knew how that was introduced, and it didn't work well. She got frustrated. I wasn't a fan of the readers, because like I said before, All About Reading, like again, I'm a little biased because I love All About Reading, but I gave it a shot. The readings for The Good and Beautiful, they just don't make sense sometimes. Like Tom has fun. Tom runs. His dog runs. Ted has fun. He can do it. Meg has fun. Her cat has fun. Like, it's not an actual story. It's pretty much just practicing certain words, which, I mean, that might change in other levels. Again, I only tried level K. And again, the Good and Beautiful is just out for us. It just doesn't work for our family, and every family's different, so it might work for yours. But I tried it with my 4-year-old, or my 8-year-old when she was 4, didn't work. Tried it with my 4-year-old now, didn't work. So we most likely will not pick it up again. So those are all the hits and misses of our preschool / kindergarten year. And again, this is my 2nd time doing it, so I feel like I already did the too much phase with my older daughter, so is definitely a lot more laid back. I'm a lot more comfortable with my teaching style. I'm a lot more comfortable going at my child's pace. I don't feel the need to push them. I can understand when they're ready for something now, which just comes with time and teaching your child. But thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.